There's a lot more behind your windshield than you think.
It's far better than you need to do. It's got a big dump of wet trash. Reed's very scheduled for exterior and frame plywood for the floor. Pressure treated lumber. Extremist. My fear about today. My fear about today is, like I mentioned earlier to Michael Graham, I want to say it in a little more detail. There's great joy about today and what it represents. It is one of the first spontaneous grassroots protests of significance of my lifetime. And one of the few spontaneous, significant grassroots protests in American history. And it's marvelous and splendid and exciting and important. And the fact that working people turn out, because in the crowd right now, down at Christopher Columbus Park, there are no bums, there are no welfare cheats. Obama is in the crowd down there. Take a look around. Working people turning out for something like this is an amazing thing. And truly there will be tens of thousands of people unable to be there because unlike the left, we work for them. The Tea Party. And about how the Boston Tea Party returns and goes national. About Michael Graham's effort with you right there in the park right now. 500 tea parties in 50 states, 7 of them in Hawaii. 7 who are leeching off the system. And you know what? When it comes to hope and change, that gives me serious hope for real change. You know what someone called us earlier today, I think in the Wall Street Journal? Smart mobs. We'll take it. Smart mobs, smart mobs, smart mobs. I have a lot more to say.
This is Boston's Talk Evolution, 96.9 WTKK.
Even though right now this is your rally, I'm just the guy who talked. So you're going to hear from some of you. We're going to maybe arrange for some folks to do some speaking. We want you guys to talk to each other. We're going to do some chanting. No. That is a man-caused disaster. Personally, I think the way I'm dressed right now is a man-caused disaster. But they call us terrorists. We're potential terrorists. We might be terrorists. So to the DHS, who obviously don't understand how liberty works, no, this is not terrorism. This is liberty, and we are not going to surrender it. Is this not a great sign? There it is. We have a lot of great signs. You guys are so clever. Once again, there is no massive... I called the Vice Right-Wing Conspiracy Help Office. I checked in with the advanced right. My Zionist masters would not clear a check for today's event. You know, Newt Gingrich is supposedly organizing us. I've been on the phone with Newt all day long. Cannot get through to him to try to get some money. This is just us. So watch out for our stuff. Take care of yourself. If you get inspired to speak, yell, chant, make it happen. This is your soapbox. This is our soapbox. I am Michael Graham. Thank you so much. And with that, I'd like to introduce our first speaker. If you were at the other rally, you heard from her. She's 22 years old, and she already understands the Constitution better than a certain Harvard graduate sitting in Washington, D.C. right now. Corey, come on up. This is where I think today's events lined up with the original Tea Party. In 1773, the people who lived in America were viewed by the Crown as assets, as stuff to own and control. We would go out, we would make stuff, we would build stuff, we would dig up stuff. The Crown would take it, they'd give us a little pittance, take the rest. And the suckers decided we had enough and we were going to start climbing the ladder. Well, today, whether it's the decision by Washington to take trillions of our money and give it to their well-connected friends in banks for bailouts, or whether it's here in Massachusetts where we're in the middle of an economic crisis, you can get a $175,000 a year job if Deval Patrick likes you enough. Who pays for those jobs? Who pays for them? We do. We pay for them. Once again, the government views us as an asset, as something to you. They just squeeze us. They look at us as something that they use to get what they want. The purpose to me of what we're trying to do here, if you take all the messages from spending to debts to bailouts, etc., it is wait. If you were working for me and my kids, you would not be doing this. If they were working for us, we would not be sitting on the stinking pike for 7 hours because they don't give a crap. If they were working for us, they would not be giving away massive pensions to buddies of Deval Patrick's that we can't pay for anymore. If they were working for us, they would not be spending us into a deficit we can never recover from if they were working for us. I think they forgot that. I really do. I think they think they are so much smarter than we are, so much better than we are, that it's our job just to sit down, shut up, and do what we're told. We, they believe, work for them. We are the serfs, we are the slaves, and we work for them. Well, no, I'm sorry. It's called public service. We are the public, and you, Governor Patrick, work for us. President Obama worked for us. You work for us. You work for us. You work for us. Deval. You work for us. Trump. You work for us. You work for us. Congress. You work for us. Nancy Pelosi. You work for us. Deval. You work for us. Obama. You work for us. You work for us. You work for us. That's what I want us to be doing at 5:30 when it's time to do this deal and the cameras are rolling. You work for us. If we can get that, look, we're always going to disagree on some stuff, what you should spend on this versus that, and foreign policy. But if the fundamental premise is that they are supposed to wake up every day on Beacon Hill and Capitol Hill and work for us, all of this gets fixed. Every single piece of it gets fixed. But we have to change that relationship. Right now, they are just barely scared of us. Just barely. I want to scare the urine out of